Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I had so much fun last week with story time, so I decided that I wanted to offer you more stories and ways that you can see exactly how when I say our thoughts create our feelings, which create our actions and results, that hopefully you can walk your way through your own situation and see exactly how those things are true for you. So, y'all know that, or maybe you don't. I have two small children. My daughter is about to turn 3 in a couple of months, and my son is just about to turn 1. And that creates a lot of opportunities for all kinds of drama. And so, right now, developmentally with my daughter, we're going through potty training, and that's a challenge in and of itself. So we mostly have daytime, all right. Naps and nighttime, there's no way, not right now. We've been doing this for 4 months, and anyway, so anyone who's gone through this process knows that it can be hair raising. Let's see, on Saturday, she peed through her car seat, so we had to wash and dry it before leaving early for church the next morning. Then she peed through her car seat again on Sunday, and so we had to go through that whole process again. So this is like a thing that happens normally now. She is hitting Teddy on the head repeatedly without remorse, and if she just gets angry and like a little fist ball up, she just goes over and bonks him on the head or hits him with whatever toys in her hand. And if I am multitasking and trying to take care of the home at the same time while, they're here, then he's getting hit way more times than I would, want him to be hit. She didn't have that. She didn't have anybody doing that to her, so she doesn't know what it's like. Anyway, developmentally, that's where she is. What else? She's learned to scream at me. And if I tell her no, she'll scream real loud. Which the first time I was like, it caught me off guard. I was like, what in the world just happened? But then I saw she is resisting what I'm talking to her about. Okay. Let's see what else. Anytime I try to put Teddy down for his nap and I'm nursing him to sleep, she decides that's the time that she needs to go potty. And so she's like making a mad dash for the potty and making a noise, and then she needs help. So it's like this whole shifting all of what I'm doing and trying to get him calm and asleep, and then I've got to like get him up with me and like take care of her. And so it's a constant shifting of my attention and my focus and attempting to multitask efficiently and get all of the things done that I want to be able to do and still have a happy home. And so Teddy is at the stage where he's able to crawl around and be just underneath your feet to where like he's stepping on them, or like you don't know he's there, and so you turn around and trip over him, and then he gets hurt too, and he sobs and chases me around the kitchen. Okay, so I'm not sharing all of this to bore you. It's really just to give you a picture of what it's like here. Two small babies, they're at different stages developmentally, and I have all of my to-do list that I'm wanting to do. And so I hope I'm painting a picture for you of what it's like at your home with all of the responsibilities you've got. And so it would be so easy for me to do what had been doing for so long, to say, I am having a good day if the babies are behaving. If it's based on them behaving a certain way for me to be okay. And I did that for so long, but it took away all of my ability to make changes within me because I didn't realize I had the capacity for joy at that moment if they were being crazy. So what I've done is my lovely pad here, this is what I call the model, and it's like this: circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. I know I've talked about this, but it's something, the more I learn about it, the more powerfully I see how it applies to literally everything. Nothing can't go inside of this. Okay, so with the picture in mind about where they are and just kind of Eleanor being defiant and saying no and trying to put up a lot of boundaries now because she's at the stage where she's building boundaries and trying to learn where she ends and the world begins and all of that. And then Teddy, he's just very needy still. And Eleanor doesn't realize how needy she is, okay? So for example, so if circumstance here, the babies are crying and underfoot and they're frustrated. If I think I just need a break, like if I let that thought go through my head and I latch onto it, I just need a break. What do I do? How do I feel with that thought? For me personally, I feel helpless. I feel like I can't do anything because the circumstance is making me think I need a break. And truthfully, I could choose a different emotion, but at that time, if I'm thinking, oh my God, I need a break, and I feel helpless, what do? Yesterday, what I did, I ran into the bathroom to hide. They were sobbing on the other side of the door. They were just banging on the door, and she was mad because I shut the door and locked it, and she wants to come in, and I'm just like, no, I'm hiding in my hidey hole. Okay, the result? She hits him in the head, and it escalates the situation. So I really didn't get a break like I needed, right? Like I told myself I needed. Okay? I indulged in overwhelm. And I'm saying indulging because I chose to think, I need a break. I've got to get away. This, okay? That's that overwhelm that I chose to think and indulge in. And it escalated the situation in this case. So I had an opportunity later in the day yesterday to think about so the next time this happens, what do I want to do? So the next time they were crying underfoot, I thought, how can I connect with them? And this totally gave me compassion for them because I saw they needed me. And it wasn't like, oh my God, they need me. Everyone needs me. Everyone wants me. Like that's a totally different feeling. This one was compassion for them. They need me to connect with them. How can I connect with them? And that left me with the action of taking both of them and sitting on the floor and cuddling both of them and just being present. Not with my phone in my hand, not, thinking of other things that I had to do that was not getting done because I was sitting on the floor with them, but just being there with them, connecting. And what happened? The result of me choosing to think, how can I connect with them, was that we actually did connect. The situation diffused. It wasn't instant, but it calmed down, and we were able to redirect them in, whatever they were doing. At the time they were playing with toys. And I was thinking about how many times I need to be redirected. It's so funny. I know that children, that's like a thing that we do with children because just, responsible discipline and parenting, instead of just, lashing out at them, we can redirect their attention. Well, that's so true for me. And the more I look at this and see, sorry, that's my timer. The more I put my circumstance in here and just like write it down. I do this all day long. This is my circumstance. This is my thought. And the more I do it, the more I realize my thoughts are not responsible because of my circumstances. They trigger them, but I don't have to think them. And I'm literally retraining myself to think differently in situations on a case-by-case basis because that's how it happens. Every time that a situation comes up, we've got an opportunity to handle it differently. And before, I was using the primitive part of my brain as just the reactive thing, and that was me like, oh my God, I just got to get away. And now I'm able to think and respond and program intentionally the way that I wanted to show up. So here's another example. If I ask Eleanor to do something, or this week this has happened probably half a dozen times or more, I'll ask Eleanor to do something and she does her own thing, does not do what I've asked her to do. I would think a thought, she's not listening or she's not obeying. And immediately it's that thought. Other people can think that thought and it won't mean the same thing. But what she's not obeying me means is she should be cooperating. I'm not able to control her. Something is wrong here and I'm not being a mother like I should be. Like, how did I say it? I'm failing as a mother. So she's not obeying me. I translate that as I'm failing as a mother. And that makes me angry because like, I don't like to fail at stuff. So what I'll do what I've had done in the past in these situations is because I thought that I would feel angry and I would forcefully engage with her somehow. However I needed to do it, like not like shove her around, but just like grab her arm tightly or just something that I would as a result feel ashamed of, and then want to make up for it by paying her extra attention as an apology, when I could have avoided that entirely if whenever I ask her to do something and she does not do it, I think she's doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing developmentally, which is resisting everything. And it's going to get worse and worse. I say worse. It's going to get even stronger as she grows up into, childhood, preteen, into adolescence. It's going to get even stronger. So I know I want to handle this right now and get in my mind right now that developmentally she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And what that does is give me compassion for her because her brain is underdeveloped. It's like not for her age, of course, but you know what I'm saying? Compared to an adult, it's like not really there. And so I can look at her with compassion and say, I can guide her through this. And it changes the way that I interact with her. And the cool thing is, I've literally been able to do both of these instances in one day, where the first time in the day, I will handle something in a way that I'm not proud of and I'm acting as a person that I'm not proud of. And then later on, I can say, after that first one, say, I'm going to do this differently. And the second time, do it in a way that I am so proud of and that I feel good about, and being able to connect with her. So it's not something that takes ages and ages and ages to reprogram your brain. It's something that's so possible to do just by being intentional about it. And the coolest thing for me is knowing that I can connect with her and I don't have to make it mean anything about me failing as a parent, because her behavior is her behavior. And at the end of the day, I can't control her. I can't control another human being, like, a child or an adult. We get in our heads, like we hear so much with society, you need to control your kids, or, judgments like that, when children are going to do what they're going to do, but we can give them very, very clear boundaries and guidelines so that they can make informed decisions. And the majority of those decisions are going to be wonky as they're growing up because their brains aren't fully formed. And I keep talking about brain development because it is something that I feel like gave me the ability to look at her without judgment and without it meaning like bad judgy things about her and bad judgy things about me, because it's the developmental process. It gave me compassion. And I mentioned this book before. It's called The Whole Brain Child by Dr. Dan Siegel. Let me confirm. Yes, Dr. Dan Siegel, The Whole Brain Child. He goes into such depth about the child's developmental growth and how to be able to handle things and navigate these situations so that we as a parent don't parent from the responsive primitive part of our brain, the reactive primitive part, where we're just like, and it's so important because when I think about good experiences, when I've had a good experience with anything, it's because I've connected. And the people that I love being around the most are people that I've connected the most with. And if there's anyone in this world I want to connect with, it's my own children and my husband and my family. And knowing that I can connect with them and then handle things from a way that I'm proud of is something that it drives me to keep doing this work, to keep managing my mind, to keep thinking, what are my thoughts that are leading to these actions? Because I want to have healthy, beautiful, abundant relationships to be the hallmark of my life. And I just love sharing these tools with y'all because I want the same for y'all. So if there is something in this that resonated with you and maybe even has helped you, please share this video. That would be the highest compliment to me, but I want to be able to equip as many people as I can with these tools. And also, if maybe you might be having a hard time just dissecting all of the stuff in your head and you feel like it's like a big rat's nest, or you just want to be able to organize it and sort it out and see clearly what the next step is for you so that you can get the results that you're wanting, please know nothing's wrong. And I would love to be able to connect with you and go over those things and see if we would be a good fit to work together. We can jump on a call, and it would be the honor of my day to be able to help you in that. So I love y'all. I hope this is awesome for you. It's life-changing for me, that's for sure. So I will look forward to seeing y'all on Thursday, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.